We used to roll a barrel, some old drums around, we stand on them and roll them, make them roll, see who could go the farthest before you fell off. That was one of the things. And the other thing is, it was a common thing that most all of us had a flipper that we had made, and so we shot birds. We didn't shoot robins, but everything else we could shoot. And actually, I killed a chicken hawk down below the hill. There was the chicken hawks used to be a lot of them down there, and they'd fly out of the fields and down and roost in them trees. Anyway, this chicken hawk had a nest of eggs up in the top of the tree, or the one tree. And there was a house down there, so they had trees around it, and so right next to this tree was another tree. So I climbed this tree up to the top to get a shot at this chicken hawk. And I finally got up there. You had to be real quiet, if you're going to sneak up on a bird. So I took my time climbing up the tree, and of course I had my flipper in my mouth and the best rock I could find. And when I got up there, even with it, it was about probably as far from here to that door away from me. And I pulled back and shot her, and she went tumbling down out of the tree. And so the only way I could claim I'd killed the chicken hawk is I'd went back down the tree as fast as I could. Well, she was still wondering what was going on, and finished her off with another good rock to the head, And let's see, the other thing, we always carried a flipper. And I put notches on it when I'd kill a bird, and then the only other big bird I was shot was a rooster pheasant. I was going down the lane toward where Kyler is now, and this big rooster got up. I pulled back and plunked it and knocked it down. So we had that rooster for dinner, I guess. But that's, how far do you want me to go?
Yeah, whatever. All the things.
And then we always thin beets and top beets for Renee's uncles down on the 80 down there where they raise cocaine now or whatever it is. Marijuana, yeah. And so at the time, this is during the war, World War II, and Dee had been drafted, and Don had joined the Merchant Marines, and Raymond was married at the time, and Odine came to live with us, and because he got drafted. So there was three of us of our family in the service at the same time, and therefore our activities were based around the war, believe it or not. In fact, I still got shell shock. I wasn't even in it, but I seen a lot of the things, and so we during that time frame, me and Jay was going down to the 80, we called it. That's down where they built where they raising them plants to thin beets, and on the way down there was a main telephone line went up along the road where you go down to Kyler's and to Lance's. That road had a main telephone line that went cleared up over the hill into Brigham City. And it went right up wrong side the old barn up there. You know where the stubs are. And so when we was going down there, these insulators were pretty good shot. They were glass insulators about so big around, and about so high. And we'd shoot them. I'd shoot them with a flipper, but Jay'd throw rocks at them. Because that road down there was gravel with a pit run gravel, at the time. So rocks was pretty plentiful. Anyway, as time went on, I was down there thinning beets, and it was in the spring, summer, whatever. And I noticed this green truck pull in. It was a van, I think. And I thought, oh no, I recognize that truck. That's telephone company. And so I thought, oh, I'm in trouble now. And so I had my flipper in my back pocket. You can wrap the rubbers around them, put them in your pocket. And I just kept on thinning beats like I didn't know anybody was around. He came up behind me, jerked that flipper out of my pocket, and threw it on the ground. And I knew I was in trouble. And he says he told me that that you can't do that. He didn't arrest me or anything. But at the time, it was. He told me. He says, He says, you got any of your family in the service? I says, yeah, I do. He says, some of the most important information for the war effort went over them telephone lines, and if I got to keep them up, you can't break the insulators. He made me feel about as low as a blow snake, And of course, as soon as he lectured me pretty good, why he left, and I went on to thinning beads. Picked my flipper up, of course.